You feel it in your chest, that heat when someone accuses you of something. The dark art of making anyone respect you instantly. Machiavelli. You already know this, somewhere deep, but you will not say it out loud, because saying it means admitting you have been playing a rigged game and losing. Every single day you wake up and make choices that move you further from what you actually want. Machiavelli saw through the lies 500 years ago. He watched men in power, not what they said, what they did. And he noticed something. The ones who explained themselves the most had the least power. The ones who justified their actions were the ones getting manipulated. The king does not explain. The slave does. Which one are you being right now? Think about emotional manipulation. You have felt it, that desperate need. You need them to understand you. You need them to see your side. You need them to validate that, yes, you are good, you are smart, you are worthy. It is an addiction. And like any addiction, the thing you are chasing is the thing killing you. Your brain was wired this way. When you were 5 years old, parent yells, you explain. Teacher accuses, you justify. You learned that survival meant convincing the authority figure you were innocent. Good kid, good student, good employee, always proving, always performing, always seeking permission to exist without shame. But here is what changed. You grew up. Your body grew. Your responsibilities grew. But that 5-year-old is still inside you, still trying to convince mom and dad you are good. Except now, mom and dad are your boss, your partner, the stranger on the internet, anyone who activates that old wound. When someone attacks you verbally, they are not looking for truth. They are looking for a reaction. They are testing your frame. Your frame is your psychological reality. It is the story you tell yourself about who you are and what matters. When you defend yourself, you step into their frame. The power move is simple. Refuse the frame. Someone says you are selfish. Old you says no, I am not. Here are all the things I did for you. New you says nothing. Or new you says yeah, sometimes. Watch what happens. The attacker expects resistance. They are pushing against a locked door. When the door is not locked, they fall through. This is psychological Aikido. You are not blocking the force. You are redirecting it. Or better yet, you are becoming empty space. You cannot punch fog. You cannot cut water. When you refuse to provide resistance, their energy moves through you and destabilizes them instead. Now let us talk about validation addiction. This is deeper. This is the core wound most people carry. You believe you need to be understood to be valued. You believe if people just saw the real you, they would respect you. So you over-explain. You give context. You share your intentions. You try to manage their perception of you. But perception management is a losing game because you cannot control how someone interprets your words. You can't force someone to see you accurately. All you can control is whether you need them to. And when you stop needing them to, when you stop caring if they get you or not, something shifts. You become magnetic. People are drawn to certainty, not arrogance. Certainty, the quiet confidence of someone who knows who they are and does not need external confirmation. When you defend yourself, you signal uncertainty. You signal that their opinion might be right. You signal that you are not sure. Appear weak when you are strong. This is one of Machiavelli's core strategies. It is counterintuitive. It goes against everything you have been taught, but it works. When you stop giving people what they expect, when you refuse to play the game according to their rules, you become unpredictable. And unpredictable is dangerous. Dangerous is respected. Think about the last time you got into an argument. Real argument. Someone attacking your character. What did you do? If you are like most people, you gathered evidence. You brought up past events. You explained your reasoning. You showed texts, emails, proof. And what happened? Did they say, "Oh, you are right. I was wrong"? No, they doubled down. They moved the goalpost because it was never about the facts. It was about power. They wanted to see if they could make you jump. and you jumped. Here is the truth. Nobody wants to say out loud. Most people are not your friends. They are not your allies. They are not even neutral. They are quietly hostile, not because they are evil, but because your success threatens their excuses. Your discipline highlights their laziness. Your boundaries expose their people-pleasing. You are a mirror, and most people hate what they see in mirrors, so they will try to pull you back down. They will criticize. They will mock. They will tell you that you are being too intense, too serious, too cold. What they mean is you are being too real. You are refusing to participate in the collective delusion that effort does not matter, that being nice equals being respected, that the world is fair. The world is not fair. Machiavelli knew this. The world rewards leverage. It rewards the ability to walk away, the ability to say no, the ability to let people misunderstand you without correcting them. Create scarcity of your presence. Master this, and you master human interaction. When you become scarce with your explanations, scarce with your justifications, scarce with your energy, people start valuing it more. Scarcity creates value. When you are always available, always explaining, always trying to fix misunderstandings, you train people to treat you like a utility. Stop being available. Stop being the person who jumps to respond. Stop being the person who needs to clear the air immediately. Let the air stay unclear. Let them sit in their misunderstanding. Let them wonder. Mystery is power. There is a concept in dark psychology called the gray rock method. You become boring, unresponsive, flat. It is used against narcissists. But take it further. Do not just be gray rock. Be the void. When they attack, you do not react. You do not defend. You do not even acknowledge the attack as valid. You look at them with mild curiosity. This is amused mastery. It is the ultimate high-status move. You are not angry. You are not hurt. You are not even bothered. You are just mildly entertained by the theatrics. When you achieve this state, you become untouchable because you have removed the thing they are trying to manipulate, your need for their approval. But here is the hard part. You cannot fake this. If you are using these techniques, but your hands are shaking, if your voice cracks, if your eyes dart around looking for validation, it will not work. The technique is only 20% of the equation. The frame is 80%. You have to build the internal architecture first. You have to do the shadow work. You have to look at the parts of yourself you are ashamed of and integrate them. Because here is the secret. You can only be hurt by accusations that touch a wound that is already there. The person who has accepted their own capacity for selfishness cannot be shamed by the accusation. They will say, yeah, sometimes I am. So what? The person who knows they are intelligent cannot be hurt by being called stupid. They will laugh because it is so absurd. It is funny. This is the real work, not learning clever comebacks, not mastering silence techniques, but integrating your shadow, accepting that you are not perfect, accepting that you have flaws, and deciding that you are valuable anyway, not because you are flawless, but because you exist. When you reach this point, when you have done the internal work, the external techniques become natural. You do not have to remember to stay silent. Silence becomes your default because you genuinely do not care if they understand you or not. Let us get tactical. Someone attacks you. What do? Option 1, silence. You look at them. You do not blink. You let the silence hang. 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. In that silence, they start to squirm. They start to backfill. They start explaining themselves. You have flipped the dynamic without saying a word. Option 2, agree and amplify. They say you are obsessed with money. You say, yeah, I actually swim in a vault of gold coins like Scrooge McDuck. Terrible for my back. flat delivery, maybe a slight smirk. You have taken their serious attack and made it a joke. You have refused to be insulted. Option 3. Redirect. They ask, why are you always late? You ask, why does my arrival time affect your mood so deeply? You have become the analyst. You are studying them instead of defending yourself. You have made them the subject of examination. Option 4. Acknowledge without shame. They say you messed up the report. You say, yeah, it has errors. I will fix it. No defense, no excuse, no emotional charge, just fact. This signals massive confidence because only secure people can admit mistakes without falling apart. Here is what all of these have in common. You are refusing the role of defendant. In any interaction, there is a judge and a defendant. The judge asks questions. The defendant answers. Whoever asks the questions has the power. So stop answering. Start analyzing. Start observing. Start asking your own questions. This requires you to kill a part of yourself. The part that needs to be liked. The part that needs to be understood. The part that needs validation from people who do not matter. This part of you has been running the show for too long. It needs to die. Not metaphorically. You need to starve it. After a while, it gets quieter. It stops expecting you to listen, and something else grows in its place. Sovereignty, self-possession, the ability to move through the world as a complete person who does not need permission to exist. This is what Machiavelli meant by virtue. Not virtue in the moral sense, but capability, strength, the ability to impose your will on reality instead of being shaped by it. You become the architect instead of the brick. You design the building. Everyone else is just material. And when you reach that level, when you have built that foundation, criticism does not land anymore. Not because you are blocking it, but because there is nothing for it to stick to. You are not defending a false image of perfection. You are not protecting a fragile ego. You are just existing as yourself, flawed, capable, human, and completely unmoved by anyone's opinion of that. Try this for 7 days. No defending, no explaining, no justifying. When you are late, say, I am late. Do not give the reason. When you make a mistake, say, I made a mistake. Do not blame circumstances. When someone misunderstands you, let them. Sit in the discomfort. Feel the urge to fix it, and do not. Watch what happens. Watch how people respond to you differently. Watch how some people get uncomfortable. Watch how some people start respecting you more. Watch how you start respecting yourself more. Because every time you do not defend, you are proving to yourself that you do not need their validation. You are stepping out of the child role and into the sovereign role. And the world needs more sovereigns. The world has enough people begging for approval, enough people explaining themselves into irrelevance, enough people giving their power away for free. Be the exception. Be the one who stops playing the game. Be the one who refuses to dance to their tune. Be the one who knows their own worth and does not need anyone else to confirm it. That is the real power. Not dominating others, not winning arguments, but being so complete in yourself that nothing anyone says can touch you.